Great, so I'm going to show you how to create your door sign that you've designed on paper using Texoft, which is our CAD software that connects to the laser cutter. So an example of what you're going to do, as you know, is here on the Firefly page that would have been shared with you by your teacher. So if you are a Friday group, you're watching the right video, so that means that you are 7T. What you do is you double click on this template here, and what that will do, I've done it a couple of times, is it will download the template straight away. So you ignore this bit here and it opens up all for you in Texoft. So before you start creating your wonderful design, what I need you to do is to go to File, Save As, and then go to Student Areas, Design Technology, Year 7, 7T, then where it says Friday door sign template, just click on that and then delete it and write in your name. If it's not saved there, unfortunately, we will not be able to cut it out for you on the laser cutter. Now, to save time, what we've done is we've done your outline for you ready here. So you'll be creating your design inside this red shape. So the reason why it is red is because the laser cutter only understands two colors, and that is red for cut and black for engrave. So what we need to start to think about now is to add in our design. So my design, as you can see, is here. So I've got a positive quote on there and I've got some images. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to add my images. So I want some waves at the bottom. And what I've done here is I've gone to Google Images and I've typed in waves. Now, as lovely as these all are, unfortunately, they will not translate onto Texoft because it doesn't understand photographs. There's too many colors. And what we need to do is create a vector, which is a far simpler design. So I'm going to write in silhouette, and then I get far more choice. So just to draw your attention to these types of images here, this, as great as it would be, as it's a really defined wave shape, unfortunately, Texoft, our software, will not understand it because it has this checkerboard background. So what you need to do is try to find an image like this one, which is more simple. So once you've got one here, which is just a white background, black shape, you can go to copy and then right click and paste, or edit and paste. You can then resize it. As long as you're on this select tool, by the way, you can move around, select shapes and move them around. Now you would have heard me say that the laser cutter only understands black for engraving and red for cut. We do still need to do something to this image to make it a vector, so we need to vectorize it. Now how you do that is you have it selected, so it's all pink like this, and you go bitmap, vectorize, you click on it again, and then you change it to monochrome. Now how that is absolutely perfect. If you've got a slightly more detailed image, you might want to play with this luminance bar here. Then press OK, OK again, and you've got your super wave shape. So I'm just going to change that ever so slightly so it's got my waves at the bottom. I'm going to have that so it goes right up to the edge like so. Brilliant. So as I've done something, I've done loads of work, I don't want to lose it. I'm going to click on this button up here to save it. Now, likewise on my design, I've also got a starfish. So again, I could change that to silhouette, or I could use drawing and see what comes from there. So this image would be absolutely perfect. You could also use one with more detail. However, this one's no good because it has the checkerboard background. This one would be fine, as with this one. Okay, so as long as it's a really, really simplified image with a white background, you'll be absolutely fine. So I'm going to go back to this first one here that I selected, right click, copy, paste. So sometimes they come up absolutely massive. That's just because it's a really high quality image. So you can click media rather than zooming out loads and loads of times. I'm going to make that a lot smaller and sort of place that into position. You can zoom in as well. Okay, there we are. Now again, still got that white background. It's cut off my line. So I'm going to go to bitmaps, vectorize bitmap, click on it again, monochrome. And again, remember, we can play with the luminous as much as we like. Press OK. And there we have it. All right, and if you want to, you can move it around. You can also use this tool here to flip it or turn it upside down. One thing that might be useful to know, if you look at this design up here where they've got the two mountain ranges, if you wanted two of the same image, you can click on this copy box at the bottom, flip like it's happened there, and then you can just move it into place. But for my design, I now want to add some text. So for that, I click on this ABC tool, and then I click within my design. To remind myself of the quote, all I need is vitamin C. Now what I'm going to do, because I had two different size fonts or sort of pieces of writing, I'm going to do them separately. So once I've typed it in, you can just press OK, and that will take you to the standard font of, I think it's Arial. But what you might want is to do something a little bit different. So as long as it's still selected, you can go back into property. There you go, it's got my settings there. And then you can change it to whatever you want. So there's lots and lots of choice here. You keep the colors exactly as it says. You can change it up if you want to make it bold or in italics, and then press OK. OK again. And then what you can do is you can just resize it to fit. And I realized I forgot to write vitamin. So you don't have to delete it every single time. Please rest assured. And I've actually decided I'm going to make my starfish a little bit smaller so that I'm still able to read my writing from far away. So you can tweak your design around as much as you like. Then to get my bigger C, I just need to do ABC again. I'm changing it so I'm on caps lock now. Settings. Find my lovely font that I chose. Change it to bold. OK, OK again. And then you can fit that into position and tweak like you would do if you were adding a picture to a PowerPoint presentation. So just be mindful in terms of design. If it looks a little bit busy, remember this part here will be cut out because that's where your lovely macrame cord's going to go. So actually, I could move my waves down a little bit and space my writing out so that I've still got lots of space. We want to keep design clear up here so that we can have our hanger. And yes, once you're happy with your design, it's saved as your name. Hit save again, and your teacher will begin to laser cut it for you.